And we're back to the number one UFC picks podcast in the world, No Brainer MMA. This episode is brought to you by Frank's Chicken Shack. Go in there, tell them Connor sent you, and you get a free leg and a thigh on the house. And remember, if you think you have a gambling problem, please don't bother me. I don't care. We're gonna get right into this. Holm versus Yana Santos, formerly Kana Kunitskaya, and we're gonna get right into it. All right, so Holm, I think, is I'm pretty sure she's the oldest female fighter on the UFC roster after Marion Renault retired, I think, like a year and a half ago. She's 41 years old, almost exactly 8 years older than her opponent, Yana Santos. And statistically, when a fighter is 8 years older, they win only about 32% of the time. Holm came back from a near 2.5 year layoff in her last time out in a fight against Caitlin Vieira. And she showed up, lost a split decision, but there was cracks in the pipes of those judges that night. There was 3 split decisions total, but that one stood out just because it was so fucking wrong. 18 out of 20 media members scored it for Holm. It was clear that she won. Holm, although she didn't come through with the win that night, she did look great. There were a lot of doubts about her going into that fight, but she really showed up. She especially showed up in those championship rounds. She outstruck Vieira 80-38, over 2-1 at 63% accuracy in rounds 4 and 5. The Jackson Wink product is known for her fundamental boxing. She's a former pro boxer and pro kickboxer, winning championships in all 3 sports. She has very straight punches, very active with her kicks, cardio for days, and in her later career, she's even done very well in the grappling department, with over 10 minutes of control time in her last time out, notching a career-high 5 takedowns in the fight before that, and 7 minutes of control time in that third fight against Raquel Pennington, and that's already stemming back from 2020. She's taken on Yana Santos, who, like Holm, is 2-1 since 2020, also losing her last time out by a brutal first-round KO against the surging Irene Aldana. Both Holly and Santos fought the same 2 opponents in their last 2 fights. Kind of lost to Irene in her last time out, like I said, that brutal first-round KO. And then she won against Caitlin Vieira in the fight before that. Even though a majority of that fight, she was on her back, she still managed to outland Vieira 215-35. Vieira just came out with a lay and pray approach, and she lost, even though she had, I think, close to 10 minutes of control time in a 15-minute fight. And Holly lost to Vieira in her last time out, even though it was completely bullshit. Complete bullshit. And Holly beat Aldana one-sidedly in the fight before that. So the MMA math is really all over the place in this one. Santos is also a striker, a lot less technical, has a Taekwondo background, like a sideways stance, low hands. Really likes to fight in the clinch as well. She's well-rounded, but isn't great everywhere. Now, the real big question in this fight is Holly over the hill. Is Holly's stock sinking and Kana's rising? Because if this fight took place just a couple of years ago, no question about it, I'm picking Holly Holm to win this one. Personally, I think Holly does have some more left in the tank. I think this fight is going to be a back-and-forth striking bout to start. I think Holly will get the better of the striking exchanges, and when Santos starts to get pieced up, she normally starts to panic and goes right into grappling mode and starts shooting for some desperation takedowns. If Holly can keep space, I think she'll start to frustrate Santos, pick her apart on the feet, and that's how I see this one fight going. So I'm going to be going with Holly Holm in this one.